this way, and we're certainly excited about the game we have in store. The Miners will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bulldogs offense will get the first possession of the game. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Offense gets set for second down. To the air, it's Bullock. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And they fail to hook up on third down.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on third down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
Louisiana Tech will have to punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Cradles it at the 35. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Miners offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw, it's Locklear. He's got an open man. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. And the Miners will line it up on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Just keeps slinging it. With the catch, it's Thomas. Oh, he's got some space. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Using the quick game. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. And that is a tough assignment for a defense to cover a back man-to-man who can get downfield like that.
Especially when he can run routes the way he does, Reese. I'm really impressed watching this running back with how he's able to cut and how he doesn't telegraph where he's going. He is a weapon catching the ball out of the backfield.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Miners!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Back to throw, it's Bullock. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Pass interference. Defense.
The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs management. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
The Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Got it in the middle, it's Jackson. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get in rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on 3rd down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
Louisiana Tech is really moving the football. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He'll go out of bounds right at the 23-yard line.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Pressure coming. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And the QB has had a nice drive, and this offense has been throwing the football over the yard. You want to stop that? Get pressure on him. Nice job getting to the quarterback effectively, and even better, getting him on the ground.
That's the end of the quarter, and UTEP has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Back to throw, it's Bullock. Fires to the right. Hauls it in. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Wiggins. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, the running back has it. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the second. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Quickly out to the tight end. He goes out of bounds, couple of yards short of the 20. They'll mark it at the 18.
Not the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. To the air, it's Glocklear. Throws to the wideout. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And you got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
Offense facing 4th down.
The Miners will punt it away on 4th down. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the air on 1st down. With the catch, it's Jackson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The give to the lone running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line, they have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Looking to throw, it's Bullock. Working that left side now. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. They'll start this drive with a pass. Get it out on the screen. Breaks into the open. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. They'll go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Fires to the right. Complete downfield. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
QBs and wide receivers spend all offseason together throwing the football in air. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
And the Miners have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Locklear. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Caught over the middle. It's Wilson. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. Getting set for the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Bringing it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Fires to the big fella. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Tough to beat a good half of football in a great town like El Paso. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at one of the most picturesque settings in the game, Sun Bowl Stadium.
The Bulldogs will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter. It's caught. Breaks free in the middle. Touchdown, UTEP. He
big plays in the passing game. And to do that, you got to be able to read the defense, see what they're doing to make sure you don't put the ball in harm's way. You could see he drops back, got really good comfort level with what he's seeing. He knows he's going to fit that post over the linebackers in between the safety. Ball is on the money, and they're rewarded with a touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
Set to kick off.
The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Catch in the middle, it's Wilkerson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Back to pass, it's Bullock. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes a grab on the shot. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like, that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes with a quick strike up top, covering 79 yards. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UTEP has the ball, and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Got it in the middle, it's Smith. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Makes the grab. It's Thomas.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
The Miners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Miners have it with a 1st and 10. Look out, he's got room. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to pass. It's Locklear. Throws to the tight end. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the 1st down?
There's just so much chemistry between this quarterback and his receiver, and you saw it right there, down the perimeter, trying to work the boundary. Just put it somewhere near him. He'll catch it, he'll get a foot down, and help out his offense.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the 1st down marker is. Got to get a big gain, got to get that 1st down. Nice job, great nose for the 1st down.
The Miners had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Scrambling away. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
For the extra point.
And he makes the extra point. So an 82-yard drive there. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the 1st half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Dropping back, it's Bullock. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab, and there's room. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
Good enough for a 1st down.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Sets up the screen. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Louisiana Tech is really moving the football. Makes the catch. It's Jackson.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Off the play fake. That's caught. It's Wiggins. Knocked down after a short gain, but enough to move those chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. To the air. It's Bullock. Fires to the tight end. He goes out of bounds, but not before getting it to the 32.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
They're trying to eat up some clock here. Ninth play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. Wants to keep it in the air. On the move, he fires. Finds a man in the middle. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
On 1st and goal, let's see what Louisiana Tech does. Fires into the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over.
And, man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here, missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
On the ground, it's Wiggins. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? And you can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. pulls and fires complete. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Miners are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Finding an escape route. Turning it on! No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. And the defense got it.
Man, I can't do that here, right? I got the football, I got the lead, the clock is my friend, and now I cough it up. Offense have to understand the situation, have to understand I got to get to the ground. I can make sure I don't fight for extra yards. I make sure I don't fumble, costly fumble.
Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Dropping back, it's Bullock. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you, a huge 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Jackson. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Bulldogs getting set on 1st and 10. Grabbed behind the line, it's Gandy. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, we don't have many plays left. You know, the clock winding down, we got to make something happen. These kind of plays are just crippling. They will absolutely ruin what chance you have to push the ball down the field later on and save timeouts. And so we got to get that engine going here.
Looking down the middle. Makes the grab. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great finish. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football game.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game. But it all comes down to this play right here.
Down in the final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on 4th and goal. To throw, it's Bullock. Into the end zone. And the pass is caught for a touchdown. And it looks as if we could be headed to overtime.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And they are a mere extra point away from tying this game. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. Big point after here, looking for the tie late. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards. And what a huge score and extra point there to get it tied in the final minute. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Thomas. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Running to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Looking downfield, it's Bullock. Finds his man, it's Wiggins. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Gonna run it, it's Wiggins. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Just a couple they need to pick up here on 3rd and short in overtime. They'll keep it on the ground. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
And that's a good, solid run there, Reese. And if you want to win in overtime, running the football is a good idea.
Showing that you're the more physical team in overtime can really be a breaking of their will. So here comes our first play of overtime. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Wiggins. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense.
Now 3rd and long here in overtime as this defense wants to force a field goal attempt. They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
31, UTEP 28.
Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. To the air, it's Locklear. Fires on the move. Got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Let's not complicate this. My man is better than your man. Find your matchups and go get them.
A touchdown ends the game here in overtime. It's 1st and goal. Around the end, it's Wilson. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got a big 2nd down. Here probably expecting the offense to throw it with a little bit more room to work with.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
If they can push this one in, they win the game. It's 3rd and goal. Power ahead. He got it in, and walk-off touchdown in overtime.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.